Hello and welcome to the Roots of Reggae podcast, presented by Jetstar Music. This podcast features some of the biggest reggae artists, discussing their music careers, how they got where they are today, and stories from behind the music. In episode 1, Aswad's Angus Gaye, aka Drummie Zeb, talks about how he joined the band, signing with Island Records, working with Lee Scratch Perry and Burning Spear, and much more. If you enjoy the podcast, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode. Upcoming episodes include Gregory Isaacs, Barrington Levy, Beenie Man, and Buju Banton. For now, please enjoy episode 1 of the Roots of Reggae with Angus Gaye of Aswad.
Tell me about how you came into the band, what music you were involved in before that.
Well, I actually answered an audition in a record shop, in a reggae record shop.
The one in Gangsterville?
Yeah, Gangsterville, yeah.
So what, you saw an advertisement?
Yeah, well, one of my friends saw it.
Okay.
So I went to the shop and I spoke to them, and then they asked me to bring my drum set down to the shop.
Okay.
So I got on the bus with my drum set and I went and did the audition.
You were living in Ladbroke Grove at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the record shop was in Kensal Green.
Right. They just played you some stuff and had you play along?
No. Well, everyone had set up their instruments, so they said, let's see how you jam with the band.
Okay.
So I played along with the band for about an hour.
Yeah.
And then when I finished, they asked me, what else I was doing.
Yeah.
And I said, well, actually play for a steel band in Ladbroke Grove called Metronome.
Okay.
Which is a steel band that played mainly at carnival time. And they said, oh, well, it's fine if you play for someone else, we can't, we can't take you on. So I had to get back on the bus with my drum set, all of that.
Oh, yeah?
Ladbroke Grove. And then about 2 months later, I was playing somewhere in Ladbroke Grove with a steel band. And one of my cousins said, there's some guys here to sing. And it was them again.
You were playing kit drum in a steel band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you come onto the drums?
Sometimes I think it's funny because I always used to be banging around at home when I was really young and mashing up my parents' furniture. And they just couldn't take it, man. I used to drive them mad. And then later on, one of my cousins became a tenant in my dad's house.
Uh-huh.
And he had a drum set, and he used to play drums above my head. I used to drive my dad even worse, but I used to go upstairs and watch him play drums. And I didn't know that the fear got to me so much. I didn't realize, because I just go there and just stare at him.
Huh.
And stare at him. And it's funny that last year we played in Dominica, because he lives in Grenada now.
Right.
He owns a club there.
Oh.
And we played in Dominica last year. I had someone shout out my name in the audience. There's about 10,000 people there. And I looked down and I saw someone and I thought it was my cousin. And I said, it can't be him, he's too young. And after the show he came backstage, it was him.
What club does he own in Grenada?
Oh, what's it called? After Hours.
After Hours.
It's a place called Carriacou, which is next to Grenada.
Yes, Carriacou, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is that where your family is from?
Yeah, from Carriacou, Grenada.
Carriacou,
yeah.
Oh, and Grenada.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how much longer after you joined did this kind of audition with Island happen? So.
I mean, we had joined and we used to jam. And we used to play rehearse about 3 times a week, but mainly on Sundays. And then some money together, and we went to a studio, and 3 tracks which were really, really rough.
What did you do? Do you remember?
I remember 2 of the tracks.
Yeah.
One was called Jano Jester, and the other one was Rebel Soul.
Okay.
And one of the guys said, Bob Marley signed when I'm at Island Records. And so we just go down there and let them see us. We didn't make an appointment.
Huh.
We just all, there's about 8 of us, just went to Island Records.
Who was in the band at this point?
Oh my
exactly?
God.
Yeah.
It was myself, Brinsley Ford, Donald, Donald Griffiths,
Yeah.
Courtney Hemmings, George Oban,
Yeah.
Tony Gadd,
Yeah.
a guy called Jab Bunny.
But not the same.
No, not the same.
Yeah.
Bunny McKenzie.
Yeah.
And Candy McKenzie.
What was Candy doing in the band? At that
She was
time?
doing backing vocals.
Okay. Those were people that, was there a family connection or something?
No.
Huh?
No. we were like a family.
Right.
But Bunny and Candy are brother and sister,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all went down to Ireland and said, here we are.
We just went into the reception, and the woman looked at us. She said, what do you want? And we said, you're going to speak to someone about a deal. Because we didn't know how the business works.
Sure.
And she said, you can't do that. And we said, well, we're not moving until we see someone. And we sat in there for about 2 hours in the reception. This guy just walked out and said, what's the problem? We said, well, we want to sign to Island Records. This guy just looked at us. I don't know what he saw, but he said, come through. And he went through, his guy's name was Richard Williams. He brought us into his office and he said, so what have you got any material?
Yeah, right.
He went, yeah. He said, let's hear it. So he gave a cassette, played the 3 tracks. And we sat in his office smoking weed. Because in those days we were just hardcore, you know what I mean?
You were rebel souls.
Yeah, man. So we sat in his office smoking weed while listening to music, and you can see him being overpowered by the smoke. And then he waited for the tracks to finish. And he just went, you got a deal.
What, right like that? Right there?
Just like that.
That's amazing.
It was past amazing. Because we all looked at each other like, what did he say? It was like we didn't, you know what I mean? We had the audacity to do it.
Was this St. Peter's Square?
Yes, St. Peter's Square.
Yeah.
St. Peter's Square.
Okay.
Just could not believe it. So, they done a contract. Well, my parents had to sign my contract because I was too young.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then they gave us a budget, and then we went into Island Studios to make the album.
But Tony, for some reason, wasn't part of that.
Yeah, Tony wasn't part of that because of internal differences.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what was that?
Well, I mean, there was so many people
Yeah.
in the band.
Okay.
You know, and, you know, some people had to be sacrificed. But
Okay.
I didn't actually agree with that decision.
Right.
But I rectified it in the
This first single, Back to Africa.
Yeah.
First of all, who wrote the song?
Courtney Hemmings.
So he actually wrote the lyrics.
Yeah, he came with the song.
Okay. And how come you ended up singing it?
I don't know, because I was only there as a drummer. And we was rehearsing to make the album.
Uh-huh.
And everyone was coming with their ideas. And he came with this song, and he started, like, singing it. And he just said, I think drums should sing it.
Oh, yeah?
And I looked at him and I said, why? You haven't even heard me sing. He said, I've heard you sing. I heard you sing, like, in breaks and things like that. I think you should do it. I said, but I'm not a singer. He said, I want you to sing it.
Well,
He was adamant. And that's how I started singing.
Well, okay.
There's 2 really funny things there. I went for the audition and didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I ended up singing without being a singer.
Yeah, right. Without asking for it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I want you to fill me in as well on the punky reggae party situation.
Oh, God. That was something else. I was at home one morning. I was still in bed because I get up late. And the phone rang and I was just in bed. And then my mum came to my room and said, "There's some man wants to talk to you on the phone."
Okay.
And I said, "Who is it?" She said, "Some guy called Scratch." And I went, "Scratch?" I said to her, "The Scratch?" She goes, "What do you mean, The Scratch? That's a stupid name. What kind of name is Scratch?" I said, "Scratch." So I went on the phone and I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Drummie?" I went, "Yeah." "You have a drum set?" I went, "Yeah." He said, "Bring it to Ireland tomorrow, see him?" I went, "Who is it?" He said, "Lee Perry."
Wow.
I went, "Yeah, oh, okay."
But you hadn't met before?
No.
So where did he get your number? Just from Ireland?
No, I had met him before. I met him before in 1977. The first time I went to Jamaica. I don't know how he found us, but he found me in Brinkley and he took us round to Black Hawk Studio.
Oh, now wait a minute. In Jamaica?
In Jamaica, yeah.
Gee. Okay, well wait, let's backtrack a little bit. Okay, between the first album and the second album,
yeah,
somehow you end up backing Burning Spear.
Yeah.
And then you went to Jamaica with the intention
to...
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
So, between the first album and the second album.
Yeah.
Right, so what happened?
Well, you tell me.
All right, after the first album,
yeah,
we went to Jamaica to do some recordings for Island Records.
That was the intention?
That was the intention.
Okay.
So we went to Jamaica and we stayed up in the mountains.
Oh, yeah?
But we got to...
Oh, what, at Strawberry Hill?
Not Strawberry Hill, Content Gap, something like that. Content Gap, something like that.
Somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was really like primitive for us coming from London because we was like living above the fucking scarecrows and the vultures and that. So it was horrible. But day by day we'd just meet people, and then we met Third Well.
Right.
And we met Abyssinians.
Right.
And then we'd be recording in Harry J studio.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden one day I was just there, not working. I just went to Harry J studio,
just chilling out.
Yeah. And Augustus Pablo says, "Do you want to play drums on one of my tunes?"
Oh yeah.
And I went, "Me?" He went, "Yeah." And I played drums on one of Augustus Pablo's tunes. I just could not believe it. I was playing drums, but I was like in a trance.
What tune was that?
I can't remember. I was so scared I couldn't remember anything.
Is it something that came out, or you don't know?
It was released, but
Huh.
And then, I think a few days later I went to another studio. I think it was Channel 1 or Joe Gibbs.
Oh yeah?
And I was standing there. It was just really weird, because we only made one album, and I remember watching Robbie and Horsemouth playing.
Yeah.
And a guy called Pablo Dan, he plays for the 12 Tribes band.
Oh yeah?
And he goes, "What happened, Drummie?" And I went, "Hi." I think they didn't know me. So they were playing these tunes. Then they were getting ready to play another tune. And then Robbie said, "Let Drummie play on this one."
Oh yeah?
And when Robbie said, "Let Drummie play on this one," I looked at him. I thought to myself, "Am I hearing things?" He said, "Let Drummie play on this one."
So what was that?
I can't remember.
Was
all I know is that Horsemouth was playing drums on the session.
So
when Robbie said that, Horsemouth got off the stool and just looked at me and said, "English boy, hey English boy." When I tried to do English boy, I didn't even say a word. I was just so scared. I remember sitting around the drum set and Robbie going, "Roll in, Drummie, roll in, Drummie." It was like my heart just sped up 30%.
Right. But were these, were people, were vocals happening?
Yeah, it was a proper recording session.
But you don't remember who?
No.
The same with Pablo? Was it a vocal thing or an instrumental?
Same with Pablo. It was vocals, but
you don't remember.
I was just too scared and too out of my depth. It was just like I was in Wonderland.
Sure, yeah. I know what you mean.
I was in Wonderland. So after after we went to Jamaica, the tracks didn't really work out. They must be somewhere, but I can't remember any of the tracks we've done. It's so long ago.
Okay, now wait, let me ask you a couple things here.
Uh-huh.
Brinsley said to me that the tracks that you guys had laid at Harry J end up being like backing tracks for the second album. Do you think that's true? No?
No, they weren't.
You just think they just got canned?
Yeah, they got canned. Because the second album was made, Who Let is the second album.
Yeah.
And that was all made in London.
Okay. Now, so are you saying on this first trip when you were doing these tracks in Jamaica, that Scratch summoned you and Brinsley to the
Black Rock? He found us somewhere. And he just...
Where and when?
I think we was I think we moved from up in the mountains and we were staying on lower ground, and he must have just bumped into him somewhere. We were talking to him because, we just loved his music.
Yeah.
And he drove around with him, and he's like, I think it was a Bluebird or one of those kind of cars, and he drove us around to his studio, which was in his house.
He was driving?
Yeah. I remember his wife looked at him and said, what are you doing with these boys? She said, don't worry about it, man. I'm a Bridgeton from London.
Oh, yeah?
And he took us into his studio, and we could not believe it. What we heard on the records and what we saw didn't equate. It just did not make sense.
Yeah, minimal in the extreme.
Yeah, necessity is the mother of invention. He just got the best out of what he had.
Yeah.
And it was incredible.
Did you lay stuff down there?
No. I mean, there was no recording going on. We just went to the clean studio.
Okay.
We really wanted to hear something or do something, but there was nothing going on.
So you just hung out with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he coherent at that time?
Yeah.
Like, just an ordinary kind of guy?
Yeah.
You're back in London.
We're back in London.
And then he phones you up somehow.
No, before that happens, we're back in London.
Yeah.
We're having trouble with Island Records because they don't know what to do with the British reggae band, because we were the first British-based reggae band playing reggae music that's based in England.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do with us. We were having troubles with them.
But wasn't the first album, pretty well received?
It was really well received.
Yeah.
But they still didn't know how to deal with the everyday runners of a reggae band.
Okay.
I mean, the artists, they had Bob Marley and the Wailers, they had the Heptones.
Yeah.
They had people that lived in Jamaica.
Yes.
Who came in maybe once a year. They never have to deal with them.
Yeah.
But we lived right on their doorstep. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we wanted to be as roots and as hard as they were.
Right. Yes.
You know what I mean? But we didn't know what they really liked, but we did it our own way.
Okay.
So we came back and we was having problems with them. The Film Rockers came out. Then we heard that Bernie Spears come in. Then we heard that Bernie Spears band is not coming with them.
Right.
So Island Records called us in for a meeting, and they said, Bernie Spears coming over. I mean, yeah. So I thought they wanted us to support him. The shows, because we were really excited. Then they said, how do you feel about playing with him? I mean, playing with Bernie Spears. And the first thing that I thought was, people don't rate British reggae. You're going to get the most roots Jamaican artists to come to England for the first time and play with a British reggae band.
Right.
How is this going to work? That's what I actually thought.
Okay.
I really wanted to do it, but I just thought, if we mess this up, it's over. But as time went by, we thought, all right, we'll go for it, I remember, setting up in the rehearsal room, and Bobby Ellis came in and started showing us little things about music and that. And then about 4 hours later, Winston Rodney walked in into the rehearsal room. It was like Moses had walked into the rehearsal room. It was like Moses himself had walked in. He just stopped playing and just looked. That is Burning Spear.
Right.
Because to us as kids, Bob Marley, Burning Spear, the Abyssinians, were like biblical names.
Yeah.
And, we started playing, and the more we played, the more it felt, real and real and real.
Okay.
by the time he played at Rainbow Theatre, we rolled in for this first song, and the crowd were mad. And then when Benny's band ran on, they just went 10 times worse. And then all of a sudden, I had friends in the audience, and then they were going, "Where's this band come from?"
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they didn't know it was us. So that helped break down the myth about not being able to play reggae music in England.
That's it.
Because they didn't know.
And it was you folks and Bobby Ellis and anybody else from Spears?
No, it was just Bobby Ellis and Aswad.
Right.
There's a guy called George who played saxophone as well, an African guy. I can't remember his second name.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think Brinsley had said to me something about Marquis as well. Herman Marquis, a horn player from Jamaica.
No, there's only two horns. There's only two horns, man.
You say it's an African guy?
Yeah, there's an African guy called George.
Okay. Okay, so how many dates do you think you did with Burning Spear?
Oh, it must be about 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then?
And then, I don't know why, but we went back to Jamaica.
Oh, so you went back a second time?
We went back to Jamaica again. I don't know why. But we went back to Jamaica. I think it might be to do Sunsplash or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
And Burning Spear come and found us, took us up to his house in St. Anne's.
Oh.
Sat down and met his son Marcus.
Oh.
And then he took us to his studio.
Oh, yeah?
And we made a song with him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What song was that?
Oh my God, he's going to ask me that. Oh, damn. It's something about Marcus again. Oh, God.
Is it
it's not one of the first ones, it's later on.
Like Marcus Children, one of those?
Is it Marcus Children? I think it's Marcus Children.
Hmm.
Yeah. We played the whole track.
Oh, yeah? What studio is it?
Harry J.
Harry J. So this is a totally separate trip to when you had gone down to do those tracks?
Yeah, separate trip, yeah.
This is a trip.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did that.
And then, while we were there, people asked us to do a show.
Yeah.
And then we met Third World.
Yeah.
They lent us their instruments and their rehearsal room.
Oh, yeah?
And so we rehearsed with their instruments. And we did a show.
Yeah.
In the middle of the show, Benny Spear turned up and came on stage. as a British band, it was like unheard of.
And that gig was where?
Oh, in New Kingston.
Mm. Do you remember the club?
No.
Okay.
But I remember that same trip we met Jacob Miller as well.
Okay.
Because I think Cat Core was in the original Inner Circle.
Oh, okay.
And met
That's
Jacob
right.
Miller.
Yeah.
He was funny.
Huh.
Yeah.
And is that the only gig you did down there?
Yeah.
Are you saying you think you did Sunsplash? Or you just went down to attend it?
I think we went down to attend it. I don't think we played it. I think we
Okay.
went to attend it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did the whole band go?
Yeah.
So you were all there and you all played?
Yeah. We all played at the
But
gig.
Tony was still not in the band?
Tony was still not in the band.
Okay.
Tony came to the band for the second album.
Okay. Okay, so then you're saying after that, you came back and then Scratch phoned you up?
Yeah. And I didn't know what the session was about.
You're right. He just said, come down, bring your drums.
Yeah. So I got a cab, brought the drums down to the studio, set up. And there was two of the guys from Third World, Richie and Kat.
Yeah.
A guy called Phil Ramacon from England played keyboards as well.
Who was that?
Phil Ramacon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was on that session?
Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting.
I was all setting up and, Scratch was doing this and people were doing that and checking out everything. And then the door opened and Bob Marley walked in.
Right.
Obviously, Third World met me before, so, it wasn't that shocking
Yeah.
to them. But to me, it was just unbelievable.
Huh.
And I was scared to ask Scratch Perry if the session was for Bob Marley.
Oh.
So I didn't. So he was setting up, and then Scratch Perry was saying, this is what we're going to do. 'Cause the first track we did was Keep On Moving.
Okay.
And he said, just play this beat. Don't do any drum rolls. Don't splash. Just play this beat all the way. I thought to myself, this is so hard to do. To play one beat and don't splash, don't roll, don't improvise.
Huh.
Oh no. I thought it's the godfather of producers, so I'm not going to say anything. I remember, you know, playing, and Bob was in the middle of the studio, and we was all like surrounding him and just staring at him. Didn't even look at the drums once. While I was laying down the tracks. Not once.
Did he do any voicing?
Yeah, he was voicing at the same time he was recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what, after the session, that was it? You were out of there?
Well, after the session, I hung around and spoke to him a little bit.
Okay.
He used to call me Ute. What Ute, man? And then later on, you know, because he was here for a while and he was recording in Basin Street, we used to just go down to the studio while I was recording. Like it was like a hangout. I used to go there while I was recording. We wouldn't walk in the studio unless we was invited, but we used to stand outside and play table football and eat food. He had a cook called Lucky Gordon that was cooking for him that we knew.
Oh, yeah.
So we used to go down there and play table football and watch TV and eat, and so I was going to the room, and it was a magical experience.
So then meanwhile, you folks started to work on your second album.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Courtney Hemmings quit the band?
Yeah, he quit after we left Jamaica the first time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why was that?
Well, I don't think his heart was in it, and he was away from his family. And
okay.
Because it was hard to get him to come into the band the first time.
But you were saying when you went back down the second time, Tony still wasn't in the band.
Tony still wasn't there, yeah.
So was he... But you say Courtney Hemmings had already quit.
Yeah, Courtney.
So you went down with no keyboard player?
Yeah, we went down, yeah.
Okay. Now, the second album, it came out, initially, it was like a Grove Music album.
Yeah, it was Grove Music, yeah.
So had you folks, like, split from Ireland?
Yeah. We left Ireland after the first album.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we hooked up with a manager called Mikey Campbell.
Yeah.
Became a manager and, like, co-producer. And went to his studio, which was being built. So I was recording in the studio that was being built while we were making the album.
Oh, great. Which studio was that again?
It's called Music Works, actually.
Music Works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereabouts was that?
In North London.
Well, where?
Oh, God.
Somewhere up there.
Off Holloway Road.
Okay. And now on the album, you use this Sinair 3 thing on a few tracks.
Yeah. Syndrome. Sinair 3, yeah.
Yeah. So it was a Syndrome.
Yeah.
I mean, the sound is very different from, you know, the album that preceded it. And
Yeah. Well, for a start, the studio wasn't finished.
But I mean, the sound is already getting kind of very dubby, and also it's quite jazzy in its way.
Yeah. Well, the jazz influences were actually the bass player George Oban.
Okay.
He really was into jazz, because the track that's called Who Let is. When I first heard it, I just couldn't understand it. Being like 16, it was like, what is this? You know, it's just too far ahead for me.
Right.
You know.
Okay, but then now he quits after that album.
Yeah.
Or a little bit.
Yeah, hold on. So the third album, my God. So what's the album after that?
Rainbow Culture.
No. It must be a new chapter.
No, wait a minute. No, I think it is Rainbow Culture, isn't it?
No, we haven't got an album called Rainbow Culture.
What's the album that's got Rainbow Culture on it again?
Rainbow Culture is on Showcase.
Showcase. You were doing those singles.
Yeah, the singles. So he'd already left by then.
Yeah. Okay.
And we put together. By that time, Tony had come back in the band for the second album.
Yeah.
And after George quit, Tony took over.
Yeah.
Started playing bass.
Yeah.
The first track he played bass on was Warrior Charge.
Oh, is that the first he played bass on too?
First track.
And that's the first track that has horns as well.
Yeah.
On the same soundtrack for that film.
Yeah, Babylon.
Yeah, this other dub track. I don't know if you remember it. Hey Joe Children.
Yeah, Hey Joe Children.
Yeah.
That was all made at one time. Hey Joe Children, Babylon, and Warrior Charge.
Right. And, I mean, Hey Joe Children, did that ever kind of come out in a non-dub form?
No.
Just as
it was a dub tune.
Okay. Same like Warrior Church.
Yeah. Because see, growing up, we used to go to listen to sound systems, and the biggest part of it was when they played the B-sides and the dub versions.
Yeah.
So we wanted to carry the dub thing onto stage. That was one of our main things, was carrying the dub from the records on stage, because no one had done that before. So and that's why we used to experiment with dubs in the studio. So we thought, wouldn't it be good to just make a tune that was a dub tune? That's why Hey Joe Children came in like that.
Okay. Do you remember a little Arts Council documentary called Grove Music? Maybe.
Not really.
You'd probably laugh if you saw it.
I was sitting on a doorstep at one point.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
God, don't shout that.
And you do, It's Not Our Wish. You do this whole live dub thing with that track.
On the film?
Yeah. I mean, it's got you playing the drums, and you're playing the drums in such a way that you take it right down to kind of very, very quietly. I mean, the whole band.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know what you can tell me again about. It seems like a difficult thing to do, especially singing and playing at the same time.
Well, I think a lot of people couldn't understand that, but because I fell into singing by accident.
Yeah.
I actually learned to sing and play by accident, and it just became totally normal.
Huh.
And the hard thing for me to do was to be able to sing on stage without playing drums.
Oh.
I found that incredibly hard.
Is there anyone that you could point to as a specific influence for your drumming style?
Oh, well, there's two definites.
Yeah.
Carl Barrett.
Okay.
And Sly Dunbar.
Okay.
No doubt about that.
So Carly, those kinds of roles.
Oh, yeah, Carly. I mean, I remember I've met both. There's a difference with like with us, when me and a lot of other British reggae artists.
Yeah.
I've met the people I've idolized. I met them.
Yes.
So I remember sitting down in a room with Carly, smoking weed with him, and eating, and someone played him on the tapes that I'd done. He looked at me and said, "You sound like me, you sound like me." And I was like, when your head just can't take it anymore. And then I remember Sly phoned me one day when he was in England, and he goes, he never ever called me Drummie. He always called me Angus. He said, "Angus." I went, "Yeah." He said, "Come by a drum set." I went, "Yes, anything you want." I said, "When do you want it?" He said, "I want it tomorrow." I said, "Just tell me where you want it, and I'll bring it there myself." I remember bringing it down to the studio called Matrix.
Oh yeah, Matrix. Yeah.
And I set it up. He just looked at it and tuned it and put tape there and this there and that there. And when he started playing it, I was like, my God.
Yeah.
I remember sitting down, watching him play drums, and I was sitting next to this white guy. And this white guy was sitting there with me. I never spoke to the white guy. I spoke to him, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And we was both there watching him. I remember saying, "I'm never going to change those drums again." And I still got the drums and the tape still on the drums. And I still use those drums now. The way he tuned it, I still got them. And I remember years and years and years and years later, there was an interview in the Times magazine, Sunday Times magazine. There was interviewing this guy, and he said, "Who's the best drummer you've ever seen?" He said, "The best drummer I've seen playing live is drumming from Aswad." And they asked him, and he said, "Yeah, I remember sitting in the studio with him when Sly was playing his drum set." Do you know who that was?
No.
Stuart Copeland.
Okay, well, what do you know?
I couldn't believe it. I remember when someone phoned me and told me about the interview in the paper, I remember going and buying it and saying, "I'm keeping this forever." I don't know where it is now.
What session, who was Sly playing drums for?
He was playing for a guy from Labrador called Trevor Bow.
Oh, yeah.
He's not around anymore.
Yeah. You mean from Sons of Jah?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a Sons of Jah session?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Trevor had that about him. Him and Mikey, like they knew every reggae artist that came to England.
Right.
And I think because of that and our association with those people, that we, you know what I mean, like, we were just so close to more Jamaican artists.
Okay.
I mean, Dennis Brown, he treated me like I was his little brother. You know what I mean? That's how it was. I mean, Benny Spade used to phone me. Then one day, Benny Spade phoned me on a Sunday afternoon. The phone rang, I was in bed again. Mom said, it's Benny Spade. I went, okay. I went on the phone, and he went, Drummie? I went, yeah. He said, bring some weed for me, see? I went, yeah, and he put the phone down. And then when he put the phone down, I went to my mom, where is he? I didn't know where he was. I did not know where he was. He just took it for granted that I would know where he was. I had to make about 5 phone calls to find out where he was.
It's a trip.
It was brilliant, man.
Danger in your eyes, telling me something's gonna be. Yes, I see. Danger in your eyes, warning me. This could never be.
Now, moving down a bit later, new chapter, and then the kind of dub that got held back, or I don't know what happened, and then Not Satisfied, and then these memorable live gigs around that time with the expanded band. I mean, first of all,
God,
Carnival in '83, which ends up being the album. And I want to ask you about a gig that I saw, which, I mean, I don't know if you can remember, but Commonwealth Institute, which was also '83. And
that was a whole band with horns and everything.
That's it, yeah, with the horns. And
about 3 guitarists and keyboards and...
and also this some dreadlocks kid who came out to dance. Or a couple of kids.
Yeah, there was one in particular. That's Solomon.
And I understand that that's your son.
Yeah,
Tony told me that. So how old was he, like, at that time?
My God, well, he's 22 now. Comes to 23, so word out yourself, my brain's not working there. But it's funny that he used to come on stage and dance with us a lot, and then now he's part of the band.
Okay.
Because he's a rapper now.
Yeah, and he did the toast on Shine?
Yeah.
Okay, so now he's permanently part of your act.
Yeah.
Okay. Now with Rebel Souls, I want to know what you can tell me about. There's a few things that happen with this album that I don't know what you can tell me about it.
Yeah.
First of all, some of the tracks you did at Channel 1.
Yeah.
But then, like the bigger hit from the album, 5446.
5446 and Chase for the Breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was made in London.
And then 5446, there's like programming already.
No, that's not programmed.
Is that live?
That's live. Chase for the Breeze is programmed.
Yeah.
But 5446 is what's it called again? Simmons.
Oh, it's Simmons drum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. And then also, you start to do ballads around this time. You specifically.
Yeah.
Like Need Your Love?
Need Your Love, and there was Mercy Me.
Yeah, Mercy Me, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell me about, I mean, why did you start to do ballads, or what?
I just think that my voice was more in tune that way.
Okay.
To do like a ballady kind of thing. Because to be honest, the way I never thought Need Your Love as a ballad. I just thought it was a lover's rock tune.
Okay.
Which is part of like the reggae scene anyway.
Okay.
I mean, songs like Mercy, Mercy Me was like a ballad, but it wasn't a ballad because of what it was talking about.
Sure.
I never saw Need Your Love as a ballad.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I think about a lot of the kinds of songs that you began to sing.
Yeah. I know what you mean, though, but I didn't see it that way at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was just part of what was happening.
Yeah. And plus I was highly involved in the lovers rock scene in England with all the girl singers. I used to play drums on most of their tunes. And
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Anyone in particular?
Well, Janet Kay, Carol Thompson.
Right. Okay. Well, after this odd little diversion that came out as that Shaka album.
Oh, yeah. That was a session we meant to do one afternoon.
That's what Tony told me.
And the next thing we knew, someone said, you got a new album out. What?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And then, what, you formed your own label around that time? Or
Yeah,
it happened
Simba.
earlier than that?
Simba, which was part of Grove Music because we were still with Grove Music.
Yeah.
But we found that every time we released something on Simba, the island wanted it. So eventually we signed back with Island the second time. Because when we were charged came out on Island, we'd done it for Grove Music.
Right, right.
And then Roots Rockin' came out on Simba. Then Island wanted it. Then we done Bubbling on Simba. Island wanted it. And then all of a sudden they said, well, instead of us taking your choice, why don't we just sign you again?
Okay. Roots Rockin' again, you sing that song.
Yeah.
But you didn't write it, or not the lyrics. Or you did?
No, we wrote it together, yeah.
You wrote it together,
Yeah.
okay. And then it ended up being like Rodigan's theme tune.
Yeah, one of these things, yeah.
Yeah. Now, by the time we get to, like after To the Top, which was maybe, again, there's something of a jazz thing going on, or I don't know, or soul.
Experimentation.
Yeah.
A lot of experimentation, though.
Once we hit Distant Thunder,
Yeah.
it seems like the direction has kind of significantly changed in this kind of a way.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is that we signed back with Island,
Yeah.
then we left Island,
Oh, yeah?
when we were doing To the Top, then Island came back for us again.
Okay.
We had meetings with them, they signed us back, then we started recording Distant Thunder, and then we got to a certain point, then the new head of A&R came and said, I think we need this and that. He left. Another guy came in and said, the album's alright, but I think we need one more track.
Oh, yeah?
And we was going, we don't understand what's going on. And he said, there's a guy I know who done a Freddie McGregor song, I think you should get him to do a song with you.
Oh, yeah?
And he went, who? He went, Jermaine.
Oh, really?
So he came to do a track, but the track he did, we didn't like it.
Huh.
So he was working in the studio and he says, listen, I've got another idea, listen to this song. And he played this track, and I hated it. And Tony said, no, man, listen to it. And we started doing it, and it started to come together, and then it started sounding all right. And then, in the middle of it, he said, I have to go back to Jamaica, I need to go back to Sunsplash. And the record company said, what, you can't just leave, you can't leave in the middle of production to go to Jamaica to go to Reggae Sunsplash, you're not even playing. He goes, well, I have to go. So we got someone else in to finish it, a guy called Chris Porter, who did production and engineering with George Michael.
Okay.
And that's where it totally switched. So we had to do certain other tracks to complement that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the original project kind of...
Just went...
Wow.
It just went haywire.
So that track that Jermaine brought to you that you hated at first...
Don't turn around.
And he was playing you the Luther Ingram version?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm thinking, how can we make this into a reggae song? It's impossible.
After that as well, you end up like with this On and On thing.
Yeah, on and on, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd done that, but after we'd done the version like for Island,
Yeah.
I just thought we could do a much better version. So me and Tony got our own money, went to a studio just around the corner from here, and recorded our own version of it, Sweepy Irie.
Right.
And that smashed it up. We went to America. We were doing a tour in America. Then these people had a meeting with us. They said, there's a film coming out. We wanted to do one of the title tracks for the film.
Huh.
So we said, what is it? They said, Beauty's Only Skin Deep. And we went, Beauty's Only Skin Deep?
Okay.
And I said, how can you do that? What, you want to do it in reggae? He said, yeah. We went to the studio with a guy called Bobby Z. He used to play drums for Prince.
What town were you in?
Minneapolis.
Okay.
But we actually went into Prince's studio.
Huh.
It was, They walk into the studio and they hear the band rehearsing, and it was that band who done I'm a Dreamer, I'm a Rover.
Oh yeah, Steve Miller Band.
Yeah, they were rehearsing in a big room. We walk in, it's like, where are we? We walk into Sting Prince's studio. They actually recorded the track in there, but we didn't really like it. So we came back to England. We just totally changed it and done it like a dub thing with that.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. For more information, visit jetstar.co.uk.
Come on and shine, shine like a star, shining so bright.